or at least just like prepping the ingredients while the cookies bake. I think that's the thought today. Twinderella, hello, nice to see you. Um, so I was going between two different cookies today. Both of them are from this book, Repertoire. That's the back. That's the front. Repertoire. I've used this on stream a bunch of times. I've made, what have I made out of here? I made a tortilla española, which did not come out of the pan but tasted good. I've made these twice baked souffles, which did not. They turned out really well, actually. This harissa honey chicken I've made. This is the flatbreads I've made. So I've made this tahini chicken on stream. I've made these skewers on stream. I've made summery sausage bake. No. And I've made chocolate chip cookies on stream. So today, instead of, I was like, oh, I'll do, I couldn't decide. Um, Snack and flavor. This is the cookbook, repertoire. The cookie decision today was basically just, I have all the ingredients for this other cookie and I haven't made it yet. This is good. I really like this book because the goal of the book is to take is to give you like some skills to build a repertoire that you can like build off of. So it's good. Like you could take these chocolate chip cookies and make different, like you can use the base of this for different stuff. So it's a really interesting like concept for a cookbook. I got this from my favorite. I won this as a prize from my favorite podcast. Uh, Didn't I just feed you? Which is this. Uh, Yay. Okay, that command works. So that podcast is really good. This cookbook is really good. And I haven't made these molasses cookies, so I want to make those today. Snack and flavor, that's a really good idea. The library. Liz, hello. Welcome in. Let's check Stream Elements. Stream Elements is here. Stream Elements is like, I, today, Stream Elements is like snapping. I don't know. So here's what I'm thinking. Instead of I'm going to make the cookies, like I'm going to try to bake the cookies first, but let me see what I need to actually do. What do I need to like cut up for the um okay, maybe Stream Elements is still a little wonky. For the gnocchi, I need a sheet pan. Okay, got that. Uh Olives, herbs, onions. Okay, so kind of a lot of stuff needs to get cut up. But it can all get up, cut up, get up, get, it can all get cut up quick. Those words did not come out very easily. Okay, let's make cookies though. Preheat the oven to 375. Preheated. Okay. Line two rim baking sheets with silicone mats or parchment paper. Okay. That I can do. Also, fun fact, did you know that when a recipe calls for a sheet pan, most of the time they're calling for a half sheet pan? I learned this the other day. Because it's the most common sized sheet pan that people have in their home. So this formally is a half size sheet pan, which I didn't know until I was in the store. I didn't even realize there were like full size sheet pans until I was in the kitchen supply store and I was like, damn, that's a big sheet pan. And then it was like, oh no, that's a sheet pan. That's just like a regular one. Yes, the quarter sheet trays are my fave. But I didn't know when a recipe calls for a sheet pan, they're testing it on a half a sheet pan. Little Fisticover, welcome in. Nice to see you. Um, I didn't know that. So now, if you've heard that from me, maybe you can trust that that's true. In the bowl of an electric mixer fitted with paddle attachment. Start with that. Whoa, that electric mixer almost just took a little dive off the side. That would have been poor. Okay, here's the moment where I unplug So my laptop is plugged into a. I really should just get. Oh no! What is happening? Is that sound still working? Let's check. I think my camera froze. That's weird. Oh, we don't like that. It looks like OBS is crashing. Oh no! Wait, did you come back? OBS, are you okay? OBS, are you okay? Hmm. I don't know. Is this actually working? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Cam froze. I'm stuck in time. Mine just popped back, so I think maybe it'll give you a little bit of a refresh here in a second. It said encoding was overloaded, so let me just give it a second. Nice to come in, little fisticuffler. Thank you. Full disclosure, I'm not making gnocchi by hand. The pick is still stuck. Okay, good. Pick is not stuck now. Okay, we're back. Not Streamlabs, whatever this one is, OBS said that the encoding was overloaded and to consider turning off my video, which I thought was kind of a funny suggestion, but it didn't seem funny. Now it seems funny. It didn't seem funny in the moment. Okay. Anyway, I was saying I'm not making. Whoa, teaser water's over boiling. I'm not making the gnocchi tonight, so a little bit of maybe, hopefully, not disappointment there. I'm doing a sheet pan gnocchi, which is like a super easy weeknight type dinner. So that's the goal tonight. Um, and you know what happened? I know exactly what just happened. I unplugged my laptop, and so it stopped running. It started running on battery power and just like spiked. Uh, that's what I think just happened. I unplugged it so I could plug my mixer in because I only have one available plug over here. And currently, I'm using one of those Ethernet things that connects uh, through your electric. So I have to have this like dongle essentially plugged in. Anyway, it's all in the name of not having a Ethernet cord run halfway across my house. So this is Stream Elements is serving some weird stuff in chat today. These are all viable. These are all commands, but that's interesting. I complimented you, Stream Elements, but I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back now. In the bowl of an electric mixer fitted with the tattle attachment, combine the butter and brown sugar. Okay, butter. I need 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature, which this is. Wait, cookies. No, that's for the gnocchi. This is for the cookies. Um, but I only need 12. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's definitely at room temperature. Um, I'll leave this knife. This knife can just stay right there. We're going to use that again. Stream Elements always, I feel like every once in a while, Stream Elements is just like, hey, don't forget that I usually work seamlessly. And you're like, okay, I got it. I got it. Thanks. I appreciate you, Stream Elements. You're literally free. And I have to say their Discord is really good too. Very helpful. The support in their Discord is particularly good. There it is. It definitely does. I I'm liking it a lot more. I used Streamlabs for a while, and just in maybe 2 months ago, I totally rebuilt the stream in OBS. Question of the week. I believe Swagger Flavor. I believe that is the first time that command has been used. I always forget to like promote it or say anything about it. Thank you. The saucer content. 2 by G. Which variety of saucer content is of interest to you at the moment? Okay, so I can't get my scale is not working, which is annoying because I like using the scale for all this stuff. 1 cup of packed dark brown sugar. You got it. Oh wait, you don't know me. Maybe I do. I do. I if I do know you, IRL, I would. If I do know you IRL, I would appreciate you not sharing my info, but it seems like not the case. So I can play repeat feeding people I love and have them enjoy it. I think that I can I can echo that. Stalking your command section. Awesome. Good. That's why it's there. That's literally why it's there. The gnocchi saucer. Toby. Hello. Toby G. Okay. Okay. That is a clever name. I mean, I can click on your name. I just wasn't doing it. Hold on. How much? 1 cup. I'm like just measuring out sugar as if I knew what was happening. Yes. Okay. Now we are. Now we are. Now we are good. Um, the, the silence at the table is music to my ears. Yeah, totes, totes. I already did though, so I did. That was what I was doing a second ago. Because I don't like mystery like that. It makes me anxious. Um, it makes me anxious when someone comes in the chat and says, "I know you, but you don't know me." So I'm definitely clicking on the name. Essentially, that's how I experienced it. Does that make sense? Big Teddy, hello. Um, okay, so I'm creaming this together with a mix of fixed combine butter, brown sugar, beat a medium high speed until creamy 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, cool. Medium, medium high, 3 to 4 minutes. Stop. 3 minutes. Okay. Um, the dishes. Yeah, I definitely feeding people and having them enjoy it is great. I think feeding people in general can be satisfying, even if they're just, even if it's just sustenance. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I got through the day. That's true, Big Teddy, but I know enough. I know enough. I know a little bit. I appreciate you hanging out. That's what I know. Um, 3 to 4 minutes. Mix in the molasses and the egg. So a quarter cup of molasses. Molasses. Okay. P. Sherman from Wallaby Way, Sydney. That's a long ways from me. That's a very long ways from me. Um, the molasses. Oh, and an egg. Hmm. Okay. This is coming together well. Let's scrape this down. It's a little scrape. Get butter off the side, all the butter that's sprayed up, and then keep that. Okay, wait, scrape. There we go. Perfect. Big Teddy is Hearthstone is one of those like multiplayer games, the MMORPGs, I think you're called. True, that's an interesting. Yeah, the stalking stuff is like I don't. Um, it makes that kind of thing happens. It makes me like I'm definitely anxious about it always. I bought the gnocchi, but um I think it's just kind of part of the way that the world is at this point. I mean, it happens as long as we have the tools to try to avoid it or try to diminish the impact. Oh my God, I went down a YouTube rabbit hole, or not a total rabbit hole, but I was watching a YouTube video last night around about scamming, and I was like, oh my God, Megan, hello. We are making the chewy molasses cookies from a book you will probably recognize, uh, because I haven't made them yet. And then we're going to make a sheet pan gnocchi, which is like should take maybe like 10 minutes to pull together. Um, a card game. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay. I know I've heard of it before. I know I've heard of it before, but I'm not familiar. Obviously, not familiar with the specifics. Mix in the molasses and the egg. Egg. There might be a shell in there. Sorry. Sorry to the one person, the one cookie with the egg in it. Okay. And then a quarter cup of molasses. Wait, a quarter cup? Yeah, a quarter cup unsulfured molasses, not blackstrap molasses, it says, which this is. Yes. No saucer content. Not that kind. Yeah, Toby, I definitely concern myself with that. I don't I don't I don't do a lot of like picture posting or that kind of thing. I do let Calvin come up and be on stream, but he's you know, that's sort of a transient thing. Um, yeah, I mean, I was just saying, I won them off the. I was saying I won the cookbook off the podcast earlier, um, which we have the podcast for which we have a command that keeps that keeps firing. There is another one. Okay, you good?
Yeah, I think his burger's pretty good anymore, right?
No, that's probably not. That burger's probably not good. Quinn's over here.
I need to be on the thing.
Okay, we're mixing this in until combined. I need to scrape this down again, and then it will be good. Okay, one more scrape. Yeah, that is definitely a tough part. I think about that with a lot of. I mean, all the streamers. There's a lot of streamers that have a very like public presence. I mean, I think about like um folks who are even like in the public space, like Hitch, who does live streams. Any IRL streamer, you're like, oh, if you were following them and in the same area and you know where they are, like, what's going to stop you from just walking up to them and being like, hey, you know? I Thanks, Liz. Did I delete the clip? No, but there's not a command there's not a command for it. I did not create. I don't actually have any commands that bring up clips on the channel, and I don't have commands that. I don't have commands that bring clips up currently. Beat on medium high, molasses and egg in a medium bowl. Whisk together the flour, baking soda, cinnamon, sugar, ginger, and salt. Okay. Sorry.
I'm okay.
Huh?
I'll be leaving.
No, I know. You guys are going to karate. Yeah. Um, it is so easy to dox yourself. I think about it all the time. I look at what's on this fridge like constantly. And again, I just did. You get stream sniped? Oh my god. That's flower. That yeah, that's like okay. That's fine. You're like, okay, but I'm still a business. This is a weird thing to have happen to me. Um okay, so flower. I'm thrown off because my scale isn't working currently, and I don't have batteries for it like immediately on hand. So I'm a little I don't I like weight. It's so much more efficient. Okay. 2¼ cups flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. We might have 2 teaspoons of baking soda in here. Whoa, it's one. I've got another thing of baking soda, but I'm really trying to use the last of this too. Okay, good. That is definitely the last of that. 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. One and a half. And 1½ teaspoons of ground ginger. Yeah, for sure. It's a constant concern.
Yes. Someone.
1½ teaspoons of ginger. There's what kind of math does he need? Does he need uh fabric one? The fabric ones are in his closet in the drawer. The uh 95 ones are in that drawer over there. And then there's a few in the hallway on the shelf. And salt. Um so I'm measuring and answering questions at the same time. So hold on. Teaspoon salt. Okay. All of that is good. So all these ingredients can go away again, or at least to the far, far side of the counter where they're not in the way. All right. That can go in the sink. And okay. Fiscofer, I see your question. Do I have a current fixation in the kitchen? Didn't even buy a burger, Toby. That's shady. I'm sorry. Like, if you're gonna stream snipe someone, buy the burger. Come on. Um, Current obsessions in the kitchen. I've been really on a meal planning kick recently. I think that's been. I would say my current obsession is that I'm trying to like use things up. Like I'm trying to keep the fridge. I'm trying to keep the fridge and the pantry rotation going better. So I think I'm more obsessed right now with process than I am with like food and discovery. But that said, in within that process, it's been leading to other things. Like I yesterday was like, oh, I have these lentils. I should use these because I was looking to use things up in the cabinet. With the mixer on low, gradually add the dry ingredients until combined. Okay. Gradually adding the dry ingredients until combined. It who knows the reasons why people do things like that? It's kind of crazy. Not crazy. I don't like saying things are crazy because crazy is a catch-all. Uh, crazy is a very inconsiderate catch-all term. Okay, until combined, and combined. Oh wait, that wasn't off. Preventing waste. Yeah, that is preventing waste is like one, and I like making stuff up. Like I'm a fan of just like, oh, let me figure out like, oh, I got all these ingredients. Let's just pile them together and see what happens. Um, that's pretty common. Like that's what I'm doing for the gnocchi tonight. I don't have any like volume of anything. I want it to basically be like a tomato sauce and uh yeah, basically like I just want it to be kind of a tomato sauce that's salty. Those are the flavors that I was like, I want tonight. Um yeah, all that. I don't envy you, man. Yeah, you're not exactly anonymous. Okay, that is combined. Yeah, snack of flavor, that's a great suggestion. I think that like yeah, crazy is a like you would call people crazy when they have legitimate, mental illnesses that should be named and treated. And so yeah, kooky or whatever. Just something that's a little less accusatory. That feels less like I'm going to get institutionalized against my will or something like that. Okay. All that transfer. Da, 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 da. Okay. Roll the dough into balls slightly larger than a golf ball. If the dough is sticking to your hands, wet them, then roll each ball in sugar to coat. Transfer the prepared baking sheets and use the bottom of a juice glass to gently flatten each cookie. Okay, so I just need to have a little bit of sugar in a bowl to roll these out in, and that is then just going to be on the sheet pan. So let's start that. Now, here is where I really would love. I wish I had my scale. Um, Smack and flavor. That's a great idea. Um, that is the use it up thing. Megan Spawn, who's in chat here, has a really good Instagram. Has some things on her Instagram, and she does something that's use it up and eat it up, and that's something that I do as well in mine, where it's just like, yeah, I want to use up this week olives, tomato paste, sour cream, cheese, and milk, and like damned if I didn't use all of those except the milk. And then eat it up was pasta salad, sloppy joes, and a galette. I've been eating the galette late at night, and I froze the sloppy joe because it freezes. So just like yeah, start with what's in the fridge in the pantry. Um, yeah, Toby, there's some streams I've been lurking on, and Australian like common vernacular is very different than common vernacular in the US, where I feel like there's a lot more liberties. There's a lot more color. There's a lot more color. People curse more. How's that? Um, Wild. Yeah, we are all just animals. That is not. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. So my goal is that in the next 40, 40 minutes, I will bake these cookies. That's that's the goal. My oven is preheated. Yes. I turned the oven on at like 3:30 this afternoon. Okay. I'm just with the rolling. Uh, it says about 2 ounces, so a little more than a golf ball. How many of these is this supposed to make? 18 cookies. But you know what? Pause. I can't, I need to have my scale because I want to measure these because it tells me that there is 2 ounces. And I just remembered that this scale actually plugs in. And I have the plug for it. So, hold up. And then this one, I don't need a triple plug, so I can use the actual plug. And now I can actually plug my computer back into it. Perfect. Look at that. Solving problems over here. Creating them and solving them. Okay. Now my computer will work better because it's plugged in and it likes that. Okay, was that the problem? There we go. Okay. There we go. Cool. It's true. It's true. You gotta DMs here are full. JK. Um, let's I don't need anything for the top of the scale. So this says about 2 ounces each. So how much is that? 2.1. Perfect. Yeah, I think Smack of Flavor, my thought is I want 18 cookies. Like I'm making this recipe because it says that it makes 18 cookies. And so I kind of want there to be I want the amount of cookies that the recipe calls for to be the amount that I end up with. Because I'm always a little disappointed. And this isn't like this dough you can just kind of like pick little pieces off of and be like, it's fine. You don't have to like with some doughs you'd have to like re-roll it out or start again. And then I need a little juice glass, it says. It was very specific about using a juice glass. So let's use a juice glass. Okay, so 2 ounces. Wasn't that how to scam people were having? It was how not to get scammed, sort of. Okay. The cookies here need to bake for 10 minutes, it says, which is really not that long. So I think what I'll do, I'll have time. Here's the thing. I want the oven to be hotter for the gnocchi. So I want the cookies to be out of the oven by the time I need to put the gnocchi into the oven, and I need to put the gnocchi into the oven in 40 minutes. Yes. 35 minutes. I set this is how I am with my thinking and like my planning here. I set an alarm uh like 2.5 hours ago to count down for the time that should be putting the gnocchi in the oven. And that alarm now has 35 minutes left on it, which is funny. Yeah, this you can scamming. I'm not about that. Here's the pro tip. I don't open anything from anybody. And if you email me something, I'm going to text you and ask you if you emailed me something, even if it's just like a normal email. I actually did that today. These are looking really good currently. Uh, they're also looking like they're the same size, and I'm a little happy with my decision to be particular about the scale, because I definitely would have ended up with like a bunch of different size cookies. Okay, so let's flatten with the bottom, gently flatten each cookie. Okay, gently flattening, gently flattening, gently flattening, gently, so gently, so gently flattening. Okay, let's put these in the oven. It says they need to cook for uh, bake, rotating the pan midway through the baking time until flattened and cracked on top. 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to set this one for 10 minutes. You go in, and then when that one is at 5, I bet I'll be finished this tray, and then I can throw this tray in and rotate the other one. That's that seems like a good idea. Yeah, phone numbers, like, oh my God, I'm so leery about anything. You get scanned in 2023, you deserve it. I don't know if I go that far, but I do think that I do think that folks, like, I think that people just don't realize, like, how scams can happen. Like, there's just not, I don't know. There's just a lot of ways that the scam can happen. And I think that there's newer ones all the time. So you can be forgiven if you're not keeping up with all of them. I'm not. There's a good Twitch channel called Scammer Payback that is interesting. It's also a YouTube channel, but he does live streams, which is kind of fun. Listen, the YouTube algorithm has been serving me videos about scams and how to be safe on the internet and all that for years. So it's just how my algorithm works now. I don't know about Karen's, but I'm getting a picture here, and it's not a great one. Um, exactly, little fisticuff. That is the yeah, like it. I would be shocked if a scammer ever got me on the phone because I don't. Sometimes people I want to talk to on the phone can't get me on the phone because my phone doesn't ring. Whose phone actually rings? Does anybody actually have their ringer on the phone for, like, in times outside of when they're waiting for a call? Like, you know how when someone's like, "Oh, I'll give you a call," and you're like, "Okay," and then you turn your ringer on so you don't miss it. Like, does anybody actually have their ringer on? Just in general? That's some like that's that's strange. I find that to be a little unsettling. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Work phone. Yes. Work phone. Granted. Hey, I'm on the clock and I'm supposed to be doing this thing. Like, yeah. I uh. I don't. I never turn my ringer on. Okay. That's 2 ounces. Perfect. My work phone is Zoom. Perfect. Great. Yeah. All right. That is nice. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I know a lot of. I've seen folks. I have friends that have like a separate work phone, and it's funny because it's like at the end of the, like, 5 or 6, whenever they're finished working for the day, it's like that phone just goes away. Okay. So these look good. Let's actually move the. Can I move this camera? I mean, I can physically move this camera. That's not the question. Uh, should I move the camera? Yes, because these we'll be able to see in the oven. Yeah. Okay. That I should be able to see. Sort of. Why is that? Explain that. Trying to get rid of that. I know there's a point in this where the glare and the reflection kind of changes, but it is not that point. There we go. Okay. Just don't turn it on. Yeah. Like, no, I'm good. Okay. 5 minutes exactly on these. So let's move this camera now. And I'm going to put these in. Whoop, burn. Ow. Damn it. Got my finger. And set a 10-minute timer for those. And when that's at 5, we'll be done. I think I could get away with actually these aren't spreading very much. So I can get away, I should be able to get away with putting the last 6 on this quarter sheet pan. Oh no. Oh no. My parchment. There it is. All right. So they have left to go to karate, martial arts, as it is called. And so I'm going to finish up these cookies and then turn towards the gnocchi. Took my gloves off and turned them inside out, and now I can just put them back on. All right, last six cookie doughs. Maybe 6. I don't think there's enough for 6 in here. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. You lied. Not really. There's probably user error. That's my guess. Uh, user error, cook error, process error, process error. Whatever. I don't actually. As long as these are good, we're good. And now, actually, this is a pretty deep hole, so maybe there's enough. I believe that my need to measure things will result in the right number of cookies. Fellas, welcome in. Hello. Nice to see you. Is it funny? All right. 1, 2, almost. I've been listening to uh house music like all day today. That's what the station I'm playing right now is. House music. Is the music too loud? Is anybody having an issue with how the volume of the music? If you are, it looks like it might be a little louder than usual today. Just guessing by the levels. By the levels that I'm looking at. Almost. I think we're going to get 5 cookies out of here. So I think maybe I over made some of these. Some of these were at like 2.04 ounces, 2.05. I don't know. Excellent. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's great. Thank you for telling me. Because I don't. It's in my house where I am. It's playing out loud in my kitchen, and I'm hearing it, and it's a good volume. But that's the volume of my computer. So I set it how I like it. Uh, so streamers are too quiet when I'm on desktop. Yeah, I've noticed that too. I don't know why. I don't watch a lot of streams on my phone. Every once in a while I do. Sometimes I'll listen to music streams while I'm like walking somewhere. Okay. So this is good. Cookies I have my next cycle to go in. And hopefully those are done at the 10-minute mark. What does it say? Flattened and cracked on top about 10 minutes. So my 10-minute timer just went off. Those look flattened and cracked on top. Let's see if that's true. I would say those look flattened and cracked on top. And they're fluffy. They're definitely puffed. So that's good. Let me rotate this sheet pan while I'm in here. And get this one out. Oh, towel down. And then let's put this last little situation in here. And see what we can see. There we go. Oh, look at that. If when it's a little higher, it doesn't have that glare. Okay, now we know. And clear this stuff up real quick here. All the baking stuff. And these are just going to sit out on the counter for a few minutes, and then we're going to move these to a wire rack and finish cooling. If I can get the rats out. Oh my God. Chaos. Absolute chaos over there. I see you. DJ Harley. Thanks for the reminder. I was cookieing without looking. This. Okay. All right. That's what happens. You're trying to do like three things at once. Okay. A medieval lo-fi beats playlist. Okay. Megan, if you message that to, I don't know if Twinderella or if you whisper it to me, I'll post the link. If you whisper it to myself or Twinderella or Liz in the OC, one of us can post the link. I don't allow links in chat generally. We don't. Links are generally limited to the Discord, mainly because I don't have a chance to look at the links, and I don't want to put that on someone who is moderating to make a decision for me. Anyway, I totally forgot that I poured myself a tea a while ago, so I'm I need to set a 10-minute timer for those other cookies. Okay, no, I need to set like an 8-minute timer. Okay. When it's loud for a streamer, it's almost silent. Yeah. Because I'm using OBS, so like I can control the output volume. But it's fine for me. It's like a nice volume. D&D tavern music. That's really funny. Megan, fair enough. Twinderella is here if you wanted to message, since if it's a Spotify playlist, that's a link that I'm okay with. If you whisper Twinderella via the Twitch app, she can probably post it. And Twinderella, if you can't post it, that means that I have to change something in my settings. Regardless, yeah, the Discord is a good place to be. If you're interested in hanging out there, there's a link for it. And for anyone who's interested in that, there's recipes in there. Anything that I make on stream that has a recipe goes up there. There's a thing for food photos. You know, you got your typical Discord stuff going on. But I will say, I do, if you use Discord events, I keep my events updated. in Discord because they are linked to my Google Calendar, which, going back to the whole privacy thing, is through a whole separate Google account. It doesn't have my actual name on it because you can see it in the API call. Anyway, the calendar in Discord and on my profile page here is up to date always. The schedule on Twitch is not up to date when you just go to the schedule page, which I know is inconvenient. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just starting to prep some gnocchi stuff while I'm waiting for these cookies to finish. I've got 3, 2, 1 second left on that batch. And then I'll rotate the other batch and we'll be good. So I should have one batch down here. These guys look great coming out here. And then this other little bit is going to get rotated. And back in. My timer is already good for that one. And so we are good. I almost just threw that sheet pan off the counter. Colin, welcome. Oh, hey, Colin. I was lurking on you earlier today. Shh, don't tell anyone. I assume you're finished planning at this point. Welcome in, friends down south. Oof. UF Mark, Brown, Dread Loris, Colin, welcome in. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Welcome in. How many times can I say welcome in the same single breath of air? I can tell you it's more than I've just said. Friends, welcome. And thank you for the follow, down south, Brown, UF Mark. Appreciate it. Let me move this mixer off to the side because it's distracting me and I don't like it. And then I like it. Let's be clear. I love the mixer. And then let me actually say hi. Hi. I hope planning went well today. I know that it was a admin day stream. Colin, friends who are not familiar, Jen Powell also, hello. Colin does, Colin streams food and drink, lots of bar stuff, good drinks, lots of good flavors, but I really enjoy the planning streams because Colin and actually Jen Powell, who's in chat, both use StreamerBot, and I find it really fascinating because I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't gotten into the StreamerBot world yet. But I know all about it. I've watched a bunch of videos. I've watched like hours worth of videos about it. So I'm kind of like, I just need to get the time to actually do the thing, like put it on the computer and make it work. Anyway, hello. Welcome in, friends. My name's Lou. I'm a real life dad. I usually stream this time of day around 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Philadelphia, and I usually have weeknight type dinners. So tonight I'm making cookies and gnocchi. So I'm not making the gnocchi. The gnocchi are coming out of a package. And I'm usually trying to keep dinner into the window of like a 2 hour. Yeah, 2 hours. So the gnocchi takes only a few minutes. So it I was like, what can I do? Let's make cookies. But the cookies are finishing. So you guys are right on time for the actual like thing that I'm usually doing, which is dinner. Yeah, Stream Elements is just like wild today. Yeah, down south. That is exactly. Like I've been watching some of the streams, and I've been really impressed with it. I've seen a lot of people who are doing interesting things and like really fascinating things. Cookies are a great time filler. Yes, cookies are from this cookbook. This is called Repertoire by Jessica Battilana. It's a heavily used cookbook in this house, and the cookies are chewy molasses cookies. That's what's up today. So I don't actually need this recipe anymore. We're going to switch over. We're going to switch notebooks here. We're moving from the rest of the cookbook to my notebook. And now we're going to actually make a really quick dinner. I would love to get the gnocchi in the oven in, let's say 15 minutes, something around there. I'm not going to make it, but I might. Um, but I might. Okay, so I do know that everything that I want to put in here is just going to go on a sheet pan. I need to take these cookies off my sheet pan, I guess, don't I? Let's do that now, actually, because it said that I could do that after there's a few minutes. So it's been a few minutes. Let's get these guys onto a wire rack here. Oh yeah, these have started to like solidify and are. I don't need that spatula. These are looking really nice. And I'm just going to go ahead. Maybe the gnocchi will have like a little bit of that extra sugar in it. I'll have a little molasses taste. Never have enough sheet trays. No, agreed. Um, I've got how many sheet trays do I have? I've got 2 half sheets, 2 quarter sheets, and 2 full sheets. So just got like 2 of each. Okay, so for the gnocchi, what we're doing is taking all this stuff and combining it on a sheet pan. And my timer, perfect timing, just went off for the last batch of cookies, which this is the reason to preheat your oven, because these said 10 minutes, about 10 minutes, and these are like perfect at 10 minutes. Okay. We'll leave that there for a minute and come back over here. So the gnocchi, I'm just mixing. Basically, I'm going to mix everything in a huge bowl, and then I'm going to dump it onto the sheet pan and cook it in the oven. And then while that cooks, I'm going to clean up. That shouldn't take too long. And then the fam is going to be home from martial arts around 1910. So I'd like to have this like just finishing up around them. So just a little like on the goal, on my goal. So we have gnocchi. These are just store-bought gnocchis. They're fine. They're good. They're from Wegmans. I'm going to throw those in here, and then basically just like pile some other ingredients in here. So I also want to do white beans. So we're going to keep with the small round theme and throw some cannellini beans in here and a little bit of their juice, just a little bit, not a ton, because the juice is going to help keep this salty, because there's not a lot of liquid that I'm tossing on here other than olive oil. And for anyone who's curious about the specific names of such things, the juice from the bean can is called aquafaba. Faba, I believe, with a B. Things that I learned on the internet, version 100 and whatever, version forever. Okay, so I poured a little bit of beans in there, or aquafaba in there. Rinse the rest of these real quick and drain them, and then get those in. I'm just draining these in the sink. I'm not using a colander or anything, just kind of getting the can, holding the can lid in. Okay, so gnocchi and beans, these are going to be our a protein and a fiber. Rinse my hands off. And small round theme. Yeah, just like the same, I want the bites to be roughly the same size, or roughly like the same thing. Only small round food. Tiny food only, please. Aquafaba can be used to make an egg white cocktails with the egg. That's a fascinating tip. I did not know that, but it definitely makes sense. It's thick and it's starchy, right? Is it the starch that makes it? Not you. Oh, so time out. You can substitute it for an egg white. You're not whipping it into like a foam. Or maybe you are. Can it do both? Um, Stop talking. More things. Okay, tomatoes are going to go in here. So I want the sauce to be kind of tomatoey. I chopped up all this red onion, so I'm actually not going to put this white onion in there, nor am I going to put the shallot. I realized I had some red onion still, but I am going to put all these little cherry tomatoes. So those can go in. The wood bowl can go back on the stack of wooden bowls. Okay, these are good. And what else do we want in here? I'm going to put some capers in here. I want this to be a little bit briny, so I'm going to pour some of the caper brine in, not all. The rest of the caper brine, I'm going to toss in the sink. Sorry, caper brine shot pans, and then just a few of the oh, uh, a few of the capers to go in, and then this. I want to throw some sun-dried tomatoes in here too. Meringue. Okay, yeah, yeah. That's a meringue is like what I had in mind. Sometimes that word is just yeah, meringue foam. It's but the point is that it whips up nicely, which is super cool. I had no idea. Maybe next time I have a need for like whipped cream or something like that, we'll whip up some aquafaba and see if the family can tell the difference. Just kidding, they can. Um, Other briny things to go in here are olives. So I've got black olives. Black olives were on the use it up list this week. Um, and these are like the last of some olives from a can from basically forever ago. A little bit of the brine in there, but not too much because this is older. And I'm going to give a quick chop to these guys. Just like a little round. I'm not trying to be too precise with these. What I am trying to do is get this in the oven. I need to turn my oven up. Oven needs to go to like 400, maybe 425 for this. Um, yeah, let's do 425 because that way they should be done in about maybe like 20 minutes. I've made usually sheet pan gnocchi is super flexible in terms of like what you put in it. There is a recipe in the Discord, which is a uh, recipe from the New York Times. There's also a PDF of it in there, so if you're not a New York Times subscriber, you can still see it. The timing and the temperature on there is good though. So I think it was 425. Um, I don't remember because I haven't did not look at it. Oh, garlic. That's the other thing I want. And these onions. Let's get these onions in there. So the last couple things that I'm throwing on here are um, some sun-dried tomatoes and some garlic. And then while that's cooking in there, um, I'm going to do the herbs and I'm going to do the herbs. So here's something fun, Colin, if you are indeed still here. I was watching your stream earlier. I went to pick up my son from school, and I left you tabbed open. And when you raided here, my computer is still tabbed. And so in my own chat on the computer where it shows like it shows you like this is a subscriber, this is someone, whatever. It shows you people from a raid. I'm showing up in my own chat as someone who's raided in from Colin from from Colin's channel, which I think is pretty funny. I like that happened. Garlic. Let's just get this couple cloves of this peeled off. I've got my compost bin down here, so I'm not just like shucking this onto the floor like in medieval times or something. Um, there is a big bucket down here with food scraps in it. Um, Hondo on for Hondo. I'm not familiar with Sniper Flavor, but that sounds super specific. Mark, right? That's that is it's happened a couple times. Because I watch streams during the day and then I go pick up my kid and then I just leave people tab because that's a kind thing to do. Some people have commands for that too. If you like go in and you have like command tab or whatever. TPR, welcome in. T-Powered Robot. Nice to see you. This is a very funny channel. It doesn't take things very seriously. I appreciate that in YouTube. I love YouTube videos. Okay, who doesn't? Like who doesn't love YouTube videos? Um but I love the cooking ones. Cooking's like one of the top things that I get recommended. Cooking, scams, conspiracy theories, uh stuff like that. Kurziskad, whatever that one is with the animated like doom and gloom with the little birds in it. That one I get all the time. Okay. Oven is at 425 now. Good. Good. Yes, please post the link. I love links. There's a link in the Discord called Stream Dump or Stream something. I think it's called Stream Dump that has that's just like, hey, if it was mentioned on stream, that's here it is. If there's no other place for it. So I'm just slicing some garlic real thin. I did this last night and it was good. I liked having little thin chunks of garlic, or thin pieces as opposed to smashing it. Um, and as we are going for the similar size bite situation here, I think cutting this in this size must be done. It must be done. I'm glad you could come through. I get that. Work has been interesting for me lately, but that's kind of always the case. Oh, I wanted to put these sun-dried tomatoes in here, but I didn't because I was so I got distracted, did other things. Sorry. I watch a lot of YouTube and Twitch. I legitimately don't watch television outside of uh, a few network shows. I watch Survivor and Big Brother and and that's about it. What else do we watch? But mostly my media consumption consists of Twitch and YouTube. So these sun-dried tomatoes, I'm just chopping up because I don't really like the way that I don't like sun-dried tomatoes. I'll just come out and say it, but I think they are great in a recipe like this. And I'm chopping them up to the point where they're going to become just like a nice taste. And that they have good flavor. I just like they have a weird mouthfeel to me that I'm not super thrilled about all at all. So those are good. Let me pour a little bit of oil from there because I don't need all of it anymore because I just took some out. You know what? Let's actually put a little bit more in there because I really said I wanted this to be tomatoey. And this is a trying to use it up meal. Oh, my timer's going off. That's telling me I need to get the gnocchi in the oven. That's what that timer is. That's not exactly true. That was okay. So I got about 10 minutes to get this in before people will begin arriving home while it's still there. The nice part about the martial arts place that they're going, like Calvin, my son, and my partner are going to, is that it's only 2 blocks from our house. So they just walked over there. They left. They were here at the beginning. They left, and then they'll be back at the end. Um, Mobile Twitch being itself, I don't. Well, Twitch has been super stable for me today, but Stream Elements has been a weird one. It's like just still kind of a little wonky. Food Network at the gym. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Food Network. Um, is Top Chef on? I watch Top Chef, so I guess that's on Food Network. So yeah, Food Network. I I went to I called the cable company. I called Verizon the other day and said, that I had a buddy at the house who was fixing my partner's stream setup. He was like, "Oh, you guys pay too much for internet." So I called them, and they were asking me about like our channel lineup and all the different stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I don't, whatever." Like he had my buddy. Gwen's buddy had basically said, listen, you guys are paying a lot and your internet is extremely slow. You should just call Verizon and get them to change it and give you better internet for less money. And I was like, okay, sure. I looked, and when I called, they were like, oh yeah, you're on a plan that doesn't exist anymore. And so I was like, okay, that's great. Like, good to know. What do we, what's the internet plan? So I talked them through that. I talked through like what the internet setup was. And then they were like, okay, well, let's talk about the TV. And they were like, well, what channels do you watch? And they said, okay, well, you have currently you're subscribed to the sports package, so you get all the good sports channels. And I was like, excuse me, I do? That's fun. I don't need any of that. So we pared down the TV to like next to nothing. Bravo. Okay. Um, I I like media. Like, don't get me wrong. I am media uh very, very media beholden. Addicted is maybe not the word I want to use, but it's probably the right one. Okay, so I'm putting onto here some dried herbs before I cook it. So I'm putting some basil, oregano for baseball season to come back. Ah, excellent. I'm not a sports fan, but I love listening to baseball on the radio. I listened to baseball on the radio when I was a kid, and I find it really relaxing. And so I don't like follow it or care, but I will listen to games occasionally. While I'll listen to games in the summer a lot, like while I'm cooking, um, because it's just like an interesting little conversation in the background, Um, it has been wonky for the past 3 days, fellows. They did the bot update, the chatbot update yesterday. So I don't know what that has to do with it. The last thing I'm putting in here is some porcini powder. So this is mushroom powder. Just to get a little bit of that sort of like mushroomy umami flavor in there. Since I don't have actual mushrooms, if I did, I would put them in here. And let's get that in. Okay, so this is like a little slurry here that's looking good. Mm, that sounds great. I don't know that I could watch Food Network at the gym, but it might be motivating. I don't, in a hypothetical world where I go to the gym, I, um, which I have done before. I've been a gym person before, but I think that uh, I don't like watching things. I just like music. A good announcer makes a big difference. Yeah. I remember, I remember listening, I remember the announcers from when I was a kid, and now I'll listen to certain, I don't really care too much about baseball. So I also don't really care what team I'm listening to. Um, and I remember, I used to listen to a lot of Dodgers games, for years when Vin Scully was alive, calling those. So the last thing I'm putting in here is queso fresco because I bought it for tacos and then I used it for the bowl last night. And I'm throwing this in here before I put this in the oven. And then I'm going to throw some Parmesan on top after this comes out of the oven. John, welcome in. How are you? How are you? Yeah, Vin Scully. Vin Scully was just like the classic though. Like he was like, when you for people who don't know anything about baseball, if you want to listen to this is the gold standard of baseball announcers, that's just Vince Scully. I could not name a single Philly, but I have listened to many Phillies games. Audiobooks for the gym. Okay. Walking paths around the world. That's cool. I like that. That I would watch though. That's like that with my own music is I would love that. Jerry Remy. Oh yeah. Oh my God. A slow ground ball to Folk. He's got it. I listen to a lot of Jerry Remy too. I lived up that way for a little while. So Red Sox baseball was everywhere, I think is the word I'm searching for. Okay, so let's take the list of things that I said I would wanted to put on here. Sheet pan, yes, got it. Olives, herbs come next. You get the herbs out though. Herbs, green onion, that's last. Parmesan, sun-dried tomatoes, capers, regular tomatoes, white beans. Okay, everything that's in here is going in here. Um, so now this is, oh shoot, you know what I didn't do? Okay, whatever. I'll do it next. This needs olive oil. Like this needs like a lot of olive oil. So I'll just pour that on and then mix this together. You know what this smells like to me? This smells like one of those like a feta cheese salad. That's what like literally this smells like yeah, it smells like a feta cheese salad. It doesn't have feta in it. But you know there's like a bean salad. This smells like a bean salad with feta cheese, like a cold salad because it's just got cold beans in it. Okay, so if I recall correctly, the recipe said 5 tablespoons of olive oil. And I remember it being a lot, and I remember it being like the perfect amount too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 tablespoons of olive oil. All of this should have happened in the bowl. That's why I was like, oh, damn it. I should have mixed this in a little better, but it's halfway out of the bowl, and now I'm not going to do that. And like, whatever. Get dinner in the oven. It's not perfect. And that's fine. It smells good, and I really want to eat it right now. So that tells me all I need to know. It's fine. It doesn't tell me all I need to know, but it is a helpful barometer. Okay, so let's give this a stir. All right. And I think this is going to turn out well because all these little tomatoes, the onions are going to give up some juice, the tomatoes are going to give up some juice, the beans are definitely going to give up a little more juice. And this pan is probably going to be pretty liquidy by the end of this. But I want to get this into as much of a single layer as possible. And then I'm going to pour a little bit more olive oil over the whole thing, sprinkle a little more salt on it all, and toss it in the oven, and then clean up the counter. That's what's next. So Mac and Flavor, enjoy your evening. It's nice to have you come through. Thanks for stopping through, and definitely enjoy your weekend as well. Salt, John, enjoy your lunch and pepper. And so all this stuff that's over here is going to be. I'm going to mix that in and then pop it back in the oven for like 2 minutes with a little bit of butter on it. That's what's next for these. Okay, so let's not delay any farther and get this in the oven. 640. You know when I wanted to put this in the oven this afternoon? 640. Heck yeah. I didn't pour any more olive oil in there. I said I wanted to pour a little bit more. Perfect. Okay. All right. That is good. Now, we can go ahead and put a camera on that too if I feel like it. Herbs that are going to go on there are there we go. That's better. I don't like it when it's at a weird angle. Okay, herbs. I've got some parsley from last night. I've got Parmesan. I'm just going to put all of this Parmesan on top and all of this parsley on top. And out of here, I have some. I don't want to use any of this really. I've got thyme, more parsley, and a little chervil. Maybe I'll throw a little chervil on there because I bought it this week and I was excited about it. And it's a good herb. It has a lot of some strong anise flavors to it, and it's very delicate. So you can't really can't cook it in things. It just kind of has to be with things. Okay. Cleaning up the counter here. This butter is. I'm going to use some of this. Let's use about 2 tablespoons of that butter. And that can just sit right there on right here on the knife. So I don't want to dirty anything else. Clean up, clean up. Did not use the onion. Am not using the shallots. Those can go back in the cabinet. And all these herbs and spices I'll put away in a few minutes here. But everything else can go back. And I am going to heat my tea up and try one of these cookies. That's what's going to happen next. After I get this chervil ready to go. Okay. Almost there. We're almost there. So this week has been a good one creatively for cooking, for me anyway. Monday made a nice lasagna that turned out really well with labna instead of ricotta and a bunch of green herbs instead of a red sauce, which was really weird and funky and really lemony, but good. Tuesday we had tacos, chicken tacos. Yesterday we did a lentil stew, for lack of a better term, with an egg and a bunch of breadcrumbs, and that was really, really good. I was super happy with that. So I'm really hoping this gnocchi turns out to be like excellent, because then I will feel good. I'll be like, okay, I had a good week. This was a good like food week. If the gnocchi's awful, I'm going to be like, this was a good food week, and the gnocchi was bad. This is all we're good with that. Oh, okay. Sorry, Butter. You have to go right onto the board. I'm just going to rough chop this chervil so it's not in big chunks. And we'll mix that in at the end too. Okay. I said I wasn't going to dirty another dish. I have to because I don't want to. I need to move this butter off the board. It's just got to go. At least that one can go in the dishwasher. And so can this one. All right. Toppings. Good. Butter is going to go in just at the end. I did not set a timer for my gnocchi, but I did put it in at 6:40, 18:40. So let's set a 15-minute timer. And that'll be a 20-minute timer effectively. Okay. Finish with these cookies. So these guys turned out really well. Actually, let me wipe this cutting board off first. The cookies look really nice. I'm hoping that they have an amazing flavor. I hope they taste amazing. Amazing. That was the dirty side. Okay. And I don't need this knife anymore. And this towel is dirty. All right. Washing machine's on the steps over there. I'm not just throwing the towel into the beyond. Whoa. These cookies did turn out really well. They're solid now. They're fully cooled. So let's actually try one of these. We're going to have cookies before dinner. And I have to do that before the rest of my family gets home so that they don't have cookies before dinner. Shh. That's okay. I'm an adult. I'll eat cookies before dinner. Don't tell me I won't, or don't tell me I can't. Telling me I won't is kind of like a dare, which also fine. When you dare me to eat cookies, just go ahead. You dare me to eat a cookie? I'm over here wondering where my last sheet pan is. And this butter can go back in the fridge. Yes. All right. Gnocchi is good. It's coming along. I just put my tea back in here for another 30 seconds because I like it to be hot. And I want to dip one of these cookies in it. So now we wait. Now we wait because the gnocchi needs to bake and there is, I don't need to do anything else right now. So I can just enjoy a cookie. So these look great. They were cracked on the top. This one came from the last batch. So the inside looks pretty nice. There's a better one. Wait, where's that camera? There it is. There's a better shot. Maybe. No. Try it. There we go. Yeah, the inside of that is dense, but they are very, um, they came apart really easily. They're really kind of chewy. So they have a little flex to them. That's like yeah, they're a little flexible. So they're still a little warm, which is good. Mm. Oh my gosh. Those are super good. Those are easy too. Those are easy. Yeah. There's no other word for that. These were very simple, straightforward. There's plenty of words for that. What else means easy? Mm. I'm now remembering this is not a black tea. This is like a green tea. It does not taste the best with the cookies in it, but it's pretty good. A cookie with like a warm liquid in it is what you want now. Tasty and easy is the best recipe, best combo. Yeah. For cookies, I don't. These are just like these are bonus cookies. I had no intention of making cookies today until I looked at how long the gnocchi would take and was like, that's a 10-minute meal. I can't stream that. It will be 10 minutes of me making gnocchi and an hour of me just standing there. Which I don't think that's why people are here, but maybe. I don't know. Um, this is now like a literally just chatting stream. This is a just waiting stream. There's 10 minutes left on that gnocchi, which I actually want to see. There we go. Um, that was a really good cookie. The other cookies in this book, there's three. It's interesting. There's three cookies in here, and this is the second one I've made. Oh, I love it. I get to put a pink post-it note on the recipe because I made it. The pink post-it notes are the ones that have been made. The recipe for these spicy soft cookies comes from my mother-in-law. They're just right dunked in coffee. They're just right for ice cream sandwiching. They're just right if you want to skip the step of rolling the cookies in sugar and instead drizzle them with a glaze, a half a cup of confectioner's sugar, and 2 teaspoons of milk. Oh, if you want, skip the step of rolling the cookies. So you could glaze these too. That sounds really good. But this particular book has 3 cookie recipes: chocolate chip, chewy molasses, and cocoa oat cookie. I haven't tried the cocoa oat ones. Um, I haven't tried the cocoa oat ones, but those are going to be next, I think. Um, but this book is good. Um, I've made I've made a bunch of things from here, and almost all of them have been tasty, and almost all of them have been easy. I think of a lot of the books that I've used in the past couple of years, this one has had a very straightforward process for a lot of it. So I'm happy. Anytime I make something new from here, I'm pretty happy with it. At least in the past year. There's a few books like that I have that sort of they like made it through. They made it through me making like 2 or 3 recipes from it and being like, okay, like this is simple. I get the style. I get what's happening here. Um, and yeah, this is one of the books that made it so far. There's a few other ones, but this is the one I keep coming back to. All right, 7 minutes on that gnocchi. Do we have any tomatoes bursting yet? Has anyone seen a tomato bursting? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the tomatoes to start popping, because once they start popping, then everything's pretty much finished. And I can see on here that there is starting to be some liquid in here, a little more liquid than there was before. It's definitely bubbling, which is really good. That's what we want. What I'm looking for on the gnocchi is that it is brown, like it starts to brown on top. So some of it's sort of underneath the sauce and stays light colored, and then the stuff that's on top, it's in the air, browns. And when it's golden brown, that's when it's done. Essentially, you can't really tell that because the color temperature in that thing is not good. Mm, that tea was hot. Excuse me. Okay, we're this is good. I love that I have cookies in the house now. Like I didn't know that I was going to have cookies today, and now I'm actually excited about it. Those are going to go quick. Um, let's see. This week, yeah, this week was what meat did I have this week? With chicken. Chicken on the tacos. That was the only meal. That was the only meat this week. That will be the only meat this week, actually. Chicken. 1 day's worth of chicken. I think that's pretty good. We were talking all about vegan food at dinner the other day when we were sitting around. This was on maybe Monday, and it's interesting. I feel like my son is moving towards recognizing more like what what animal products entail. I mean, we haven't been shy about telling him like a literal animal like was killed for the purpose of you eating this thing. He knows that, he's aware. But I feel like at some point he's going to be interested in doing a more plant friendly or plant forward diet. So I'm sort of, I think, mentally preparing myself for that. Maybe, I don't know. He's he's expressed concern for the animals, which, yeah, I get that. Um, but I'm trying to do less meat. I don't think I've been doing that intentionally, but now that I'm kind of reflecting on it, the past couple weeks have been pretty meat free in general, which is kind of nice. All right, how are we doing with our gnocchi? Let's take a look here. So we've got some bubbles happening. This is good. Still not. Do I see any tomatoes bursting yet? I don't think I see any tomatoes. If you watch, oh, I think I just saw one. Top right corner. You can see them burst too. They like splatter liquid everywhere. It's kind of fun. There may be there may be some liquid that gets sprayed on the actual oven door if we're lucky, and we see something that's actually we might see something that actually is fun. These guys are popping now. The liquid is boiling, which is great. Oh man. The rest of the weekend. So I'm not going to stream again until, when am I looking to stream again? Next Wednesday is the next time I'll stream. Wednesday and Thursday. And then not this coming Saturday. So not the 18th. Is Saturday the 18th? Yeah. Not the 18th, but the 28th, 25th. Saturday the 25th. In the morning, I'm going to be doing a stream with not morning, sorry, early afternoon. So I'm going to be streaming Saturday around 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, maybe 1 o'clock. And we're going to be doing a market haul. So I go to the market on Saturday mornings, and I'm going to be unpacking the market stuff, taking inventory, and doing some meal planning. So instead of doing my normal meal planning process on the playground on Sunday afternoon, I want to see how that goes. Trying to do some meal planning on stream, sort of out loud in real time, and I'm gonna kind of walk through sort of where my head is at, and maybe get some ideas from people. And it should be an interesting time. And I don't think I'll be cooking anything, but I might eat lunch. I might make a sandwich. How's that? But that's going to be Saturday the 25th, around 12:30. So a little weird timing on that one because it's a Saturday and I don't usually stream on weekends or in the early afternoon. So definitely an unusual time for me. It is reconcile. That is a great word. That is a great word. I agree with that. It is hard to say it is hard to say I feel good about this when you know what's happening. Petite Garden Inspirations, welcome in. And thank you. I understand why you were calling that bread, because that looks to me, it looks like what it is. If I objectively look at that, it looks like focaccia. That is a gnocchi. That's gnocchi on the sheet pan with some tomatoes. And given the lumps, that looks exactly like focaccia bread. That is a great perspective. I love that. I also love focaccia and would love to make that. That's on the short list of things that I'm interested in making sometime soon. But yeah, I think that I've sort of unconsciously, like, his talking to me about like asking questions about the animals and all that has sort of made me think about it more. And so when I look back at my weeks, like what did we do 2 weeks ago? We had fish, crab. We had fish. 2 weeks ago, we had, oh no, tacos, mahi tacos. Were those last week? No, those were 2 weeks ago. We had all this was an all fish week. So fish, crab, fish, beans, fish sticks. Yeah, I've been eating a lot of fish. Jennifer, thank you. Yes, I can do that. Okay, got it. Got it. It's up on the counter. Okay, sorry. What am I looking at? I'm bummed. Well, Shana, you're looking at the gnocchi in its almost final form, and I have to tell you that you are just about right on time to take a look at what it looks like when it comes out. So you missed. I'll tell you what happened on this stream today was cookies. Gnocchi was a very quick fire thing. It looks yummy either way. No, uh, it definitely looks like focaccia. If I didn't know, I would look at that and think I would probably think focaccia is my first guess. Like yes, because it like looks like a loaf. It looks like focaccia around in there, um, which is nice. I'm going to let that. I'm gonna take a I'm gonna take a spoon here and just see how some of these tomatoes are, and if we can pull this yet. So soft. Oh, so some of these are, yeah, hold on. These, so I'm actively popping some of these. So that's good. We want that. I'm going to pop these and then I'm going to give this another 5 minutes because this is starting to get brown. I see the gnocchis are starting to brown. Whoa, did you see that? That tomato just shot straight at the camera. Did it get on the camera? It did. It got a little liquid right on the camera. Whoop. Okay. Sorry for the back and forth, guys. And movement warning. Apologies. And let's get a little better view of that. There we go. Okay. Looks like a pile of veg. Yeah, definitely that too. And that is what you expect to see from me. I know. You do. Who's trucking dues? That is a fun name. Welcome in. You know the food is it's going to get good. It starts squirting at you. Yeah, the tomatoes. When the tomatoes start popping, like that's when you know it's just about finished. And another like, so I set. I'm going to set a 3. No, I have a count up timer. So when the count up timer gets to 5 minutes, then we'll take this out. You can absolutely expect to see large piles of vegetables on this stream with great frequency. Yeah. What else? Like now I'm curious because I've sort of talked myself into the fact that I've been unconsciously not eating as much meat, and I think that that's true. Uh, yeah, fish, fish, chicken. Okay, chicken, fish. I definitely just eat chicken and fish. I don't eat a lot of beef. The last beef I had was sloppy joes, which you can't make without beef. I don't think. Thank you. Did it hit the camera? I didn't actually see it because I was looking. I wasn't looking at the screen. Uh, it it definitely squirted out. It was. I saw it coming towards me and freaked out a little. Oh my. Okay. Um, let's get some bowls out, actually. Bowls, and then I'm going to mix in the rest of these herbs and the butter, and we'll stir it, and then give it a bit of another minute or two after that. Cruise Truck and Deuce, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. That is very nice of you. I do appreciate that. Enjoy the ad-free experience from this point forward. Nice. Even with the emote. I love it. Oh my gosh. Get out, they're spraying at me. Like what? Last couple minutes here. And then we'll stir in that butter. Yeah, see how liquidy that got just in the past like couple minutes. I popped all those tomatoes and now it's like a soup. Which is why I don't want to add like it's just like this is why I love this particular sheet pan gnocchi process because it's just like throw it all in the pan and the sauce just happens that way. So Shayna, you can't beat Shayna to the clips. You can't. Not possible. I haven't tried, but I'm terrible at clips, so 100% chance Shayna's better. They are. They are. One last stand. This is good though. I used up a lot of stuff this week. This was a good use it up week. I'm really happy with that. And tomorrow is breakfast for dinner. That's what I'm going to make: scrambled eggs and toast, and uh, maybe hash browns if I feel like it. But I probably won't feel like it. We also might order pizza. Friday dinner should take no less than 15 minutes. Period. Like full stop, start to end, 15 minutes. Cinderella, yeah, I do too. When I clip stuff, it's definitely it takes a while. Okay, let's get this out now. Out of the oven. Yeah, these guys look amazing. And then come over here and we'll take a look at these. This is just the sheet pan here. And I want to start by tossing in a little bit of butter. And then this can just start to melt in. The butter will melt in super quick. Yeah, that's I don't I like clipping and I do clip for I'll clip parts of stream for folks sometimes. Um I think some people have some people like you, Shana, have it down where you're very good at it, so it takes less time, maybe. Um do I have a preferred way to clean the Silpat mats? I don't remember if you asked that before. If you did, you probably did. Do I have a preferred way to clean them? Aggressively and with annoyance. I haven't actually ever endeavored to clean them efficiently with something like any type of cleaner. I would imagine that like bar keepers would probably be great. Okay. I just messed up and put all the Parmesan in here, so I don't have any Parmesan to top. So we're gonna have some shaky cheese on top because you gotta have cheese on top, and it doesn't really matter if it's shaky cheese or not. And I'll toss some of these in here, and then this is just gonna go back in the oven for like a minute, 2 minutes. Let this butter sort of soak in, and then this will be ready. And I believe based on Gwen's text a few minutes ago, or chat a few minutes ago, that they are just about home or will be home momentarily. So uh, this has been I was worried about the time, but overall, I think the time has, I've done good time. I've had good time management today. Good job. Good job, self. First, got like a bunch of getting myself wet. Yeah. Um, I don't I don't like Shayna. That's my issue too. Is I don't really want to clean it with barkeepers, but I also like clean my pots and pans with barkeepers. So I'm not. Um, I guess I'm not like super concerned about it. Well, I'm just imagining that barkeepers would work. I wash them with the dish soap. That's it. That's it. That was quick karate. Yeah, I am on track. This is like literally exactly where I wanted to be. I wanted to be able to pull this out of the oven at 7:10. That was my goal. And it's 19:11 right now. And I could have pulled it. I could have, but no. Now It's okay. It could have been done. Dishwasher. Interesting. Do you put them? Of course, you put them flat in the dishwasher. What about? I was like, do you put them flat or do you roll them up? I'll see myself out. Um, the what else could you do? Baking soda, maybe like I clean the cutting board with baking soda, and that helps. And is non-toxic if you eat it, so that might work. Um, but I don't really have a good way to clean them. So I got to learn military time too. You know, Shane, I think you and Glenn would have some things in common. I yeah, I like my brain operates. It actually um my head my when I think about time in my head now, it's in 24-hour time. So it's interesting because it takes an extra for me it takes like an extra half a second to convert it back to like the normal AM and PM. Scrubbies and dish soap work. They're so nonstick. I think this. Got it. Okay. Sorry. One of the emotes I'm going to get for the channel here is just one that says the word joke because I don't humor. I don't. Sometimes humor hits me like a tennis ball against a wall. It just does not land. We are back, and you are the first streamer I get to see. Mistress Mom, welcome back. It has been a while. Welcome back. How are you? Um, a pan or cutting board too big for the sink. Yeah, or a spoon. You put the spoon in, and as you're doing it, you're like, "This was a mistake." Oh my god, pasta pot didn't even fit. That's frustrating. Okay, this looks solid now. Let's stop with the motion sickness, and I'm gonna get this out and put some of this in a bowl. And I believe folks will be home momentarily. So this is our wait. Oh, light. The light is what I'm looking for. And I needed to get bowls. That's what I wanted. I want this in like a wide bowl so it looks a little saucy. And let me just tell Glenn that dinner is ready. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Put some of this in a bowl. See how we did. So I'm seeing some cheese strands hanging off of here, which is ideal. And what I love about this is it's all just like one massive lump of food. So I will, Shayna, I will. I'm moving towards so here's the thing. Let me be a little open. I have noticed that when I am streaming, at the end of my stream, when I have something that I'm serving the family, I get agitated because I want them to like come in and sit down and like I'm also trying to end stream and like the balance of things, there's like too much happening at once for me and it like throws me off. So I'm trying to do more. I'm putting that back in the oven with the oven open, just like the oven's off. I just wanted to stay warm. So I'm trying to do more things that I can hold like this, that are like just this can just sit in the oven. It'll be fine, and like they can come eat, like the taco bar, um, the lasagna, like things that just like wait. I want to be able to have dinner ready and not have to have people not have to feel like I need people to sit down and eat because like the food's going to go bad or whatever. And four people, Shana, I have a luxury that I can wrangle two other people in the house if I need to, But like that number, you're just like, yeah, dinner's in the oven. Thank you. Thanks, Mistress Mom. I think it looks delish too. Let's put a little green on here. Okay. So let me show you what's going on here. On the door just opened. Um, recovering from tornadoes last month, is glad to be safe. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, family, do you want to eat right now, or would you like to have a minute or two to settle? I think a minute or two to settle.
Calvin, would you like a minute or two to settle?
Okay. So I'm finished. So I'm just wrapping up stream. I'm gonna wrap up and then we can start getting dinner together. Okay? Okay? Oh, he's in the bathroom. Okay, so here's our final dish. This is gnocchi. And Shayna, this is store-bought gnocchi because not everything needs to be homemade. And this is gnocchi. In the gnocchi is black olives, chervil and parsley, parmesan, sun-dried tomatoes, capers, grape tomatoes, olive oil, white beans, and some dried herbs, basil, oregano, parsley, and mushroom powder, porcini mushroom powder specifically. Ah, where are we? There it is. Okay. Cow, we're not having iPad time right now because there's not enough time before dinner. That's upsetting, and I get that. This is why we're having whole hot, the dinner holding hot. Because now he's really mad at me. That's fine. Okay, how is this? Let's get a best bite. Got a bean, we got some tomatoes, we've got red onion, we've got everything in here. Oh, and cheese. There's queso fresco cheese in here. This is good. This is tomatoey. It's salty. It's the two flavors that I wanted out of this are the two things that I'm getting out of here, which is good. Cheese is good, and the gnocchi's great because it's store bought. So that's good. Well, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. I'm This is easy. This is like a super easy meal. I mean, I really kind of started making this at um started making this 1 hour ago. Like started by getting ingredients out about an hour ago. So this is an easy one. And it took longer because I'm talking, as it usually does. Um, as with most things. Let's see who's on the internet here, because we're about to be wrapping up. Or we are wrapping up. Um, while I'm taking a look, if you want to take a look at any type of social media that is around, there is a couple links in chat. Twitter. I post all my food photos on Instagram. They're all the exact same photos. And then the Discord, which is basically your Discord. That's where anything that's not a tweet or a food photo goes. Okay, I see. Food Beast is on. I like the Food Beast channel. I see Miss Molly Makes is on. BB Bubs is on. We just went there yesterday. There's a couple folks on. Cheese Please is on. Oh my. Audrey Enjoys is on. Laura D's on. We've rated her recently. Lots of folks are on right now. Anybody have a real strong preference for where we could go or where we should go? Because there are quite literally a lot of people online right now, and I almost I'm almost like how much of a decision should I be making? Or it's hard to make a decision. Um, cool.
Am I supposed to just curve this out?
Yeah,
This supposed to be like this.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Where else could we go? Oh my gosh, my favorite DJ, Twitch DJ is on, but he's been streaming since 10 a.m. So I don't know if he's going to wrap up soon, but I'm not going to read him. He is my favorite. He's one of my, I like this dude a lot. Um, Swifty. Yeah. I know I don't know that I've rated them before. Swifty does the perspective cam. I see George on too. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of folks to raid. I think I'd love to raid Cerise, but she's got her just starting screen on. Let's see. I'm looking for Swifty's channel or Food Beast. You know what? We raided over to Food Beast last Thursday. I don't think that's a bad thing. Oh wait, no. Oh no, they're starting. Food Beast is starting. Let's go over to Food Beast again. I like Food Beast. I like watching Food Beast. And I perfectly honestly, I'm feeling like I'm paralyzed with decision. So I'm going to make an easy one. We're going to go to Food Beast. We're going to raid over there, and I will be hanging out for a few minutes. And cool. All right, friends. Thanks for hanging out this week. I know a lot of folks have popped in, new folks in chat, new friends who are hanging out, who've hung out from Colin's stream. Thanks for giving a new streamer a chance, and I appreciate you. I appreciate the folks who come back regularly, and I appreciate the folks who come back irregularly. I'm a little irregular too. It's okay. All right, let me get out of here. I'll see you friends next week. I hope you have a good one. Enjoy Food Beast. If you're not familiar, it's a gaming show, food gaming show. We'll leave it at that. All right. If you're watching the VOD, I appreciate you too. Come check us out.